Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is late September 2022. We're in, I think the town is actually Huna, but we're at Icy Strait Point, which is kind of a neat little area that the locals, a local group, put together to try to encourage cruise ships to stop there and to check out what they've got going on. And it's sort of, I kind of think it's in its infancy. I think it's fairly newish, and they have bigger plans, but they've already got some interesting stuff going on. In fact, you can see they have the little tram ride, or not the little gondolas going up the mountain. Yeah, it's actually a small area. You kind of walk in, and we just walk through a little building where I think people meet and get tickets for excursions and things. And then there's a couple of areas you can walk to. There's some shops, and it's just a cute little place. At this time, they actually, yeah, there's a little map of the area. They brag about having the largest, I think Skyrider is what they call it. Kind of a big zipline thing, but it's just a pretty area. You saw that orca statue, and yeah, that's just freaking beautiful right there. And you've got people collecting shells, and again, everything. Yeah, most of the touristy stuff, the shops and everything, are a short walk from your ship. It was very easy to get around here. We actually got up really early and came out just to walk around and see what was here. Those houses are labeled as private residences, and I was thinking, man, that they got a great view. But during the tourist season, they're going to have tourists right in their front yard all the time. So anyway, I'm sure people are happy to live in those houses, though they are pretty cool. And yeah, it's just a cute area. There's kind of a boardwalk leading to some shops. There's a few buildings up here that are just shops. Period. Nothing but shops. And kind of a museum. I think they actually say it's a cannery museum, but it's shops. And then they have some interesting stuff to look at that aren't shops, and I'm okay with that. I actually read an article somewhere recently where somebody described this as definitely a tourist trap, but a good one. And I think that might be a good way to describe it. I'm totally okay with tourist traps, though. Yeah, you walk in. I guess you could say this is museumy. And they've got some pictures up and a little history about the area. Up here on the right, sort of right after you walk into this first building, there was a really cute little shop. My wife found some jewelry that she liked. They had some cool art. Yeah, this little place right here, this was great. We really liked this first place. It had kind of an independent vibe, and not the mass-produced stuff you might find anywhere else. But there are lots of other cute little shops, and of course, if you like postcards and things like that, they had those. I have noticed around Alaska while we were in Alaska, I collect postcards. And they have almost like that poster art, like 2 or 3 color art. They were selling a lot of those postcards, kind of with whales in the ocean, or with a ship in the ocean, or an eagle or a bear. They sold the exact same postcards in Seward. And it was the same picture, but it said Seward. You go to Icy Strait Point, they had them here too, and they might generically say Alaska, or they might say Seward or Skagway. I still picked them up because I like postcards and I like the art on them. And you can tell, right around here, there's like a ton of shopping to do. I mean, a ton. We were with aunt and uncle, and our aunt really enjoyed the shopping here. This was one of her favorite places for shopping. And of course they have excursions here. Most of their excursions, I think, other than the zip line, the zip rider thing, are sort of more local culture type excursions. In fact, I'll put up another video where we... Oh, by the way, they had one of these cute penny press machines. I love those. And they had pennies on top. Like if you didn't have a penny, there's a penny for you. I thought that was kind of generous. And there was this little donut place was great. Like if you go to Icy Strait Point, get donuts here. They were so good. I think they kind of pre-make the donuts, then kind of put a powder on them, maybe shake them up a little bit in a bag or something. But man, were they good, like freakishly good. In fact, I would go back here just for the donuts. And that's some lovely little people making donuts. And again, you've got kind of the museum / shops areas. But yeah, I'm going to put up another video, if I haven't already, of our excursion. We took the little gondola up to the top of the mountain there, and then a fella gave us, he kind of rode us around in a tram and talked about the local people's culture and how the local Alaskans made, basically, or develop in this area for the cruise ship industry. And the company is actually owned by, I think, 1,300 people approximately. And it's, yeah, I mean, they just kind of, hey, let's put up a Skyrider and a couple gondola cars and see if we can attract the cruise ships. And they have, and I'm sure it's been lucrative for them. But yeah, that's Icy Strait Point again, and it's kind of new. Even here, as you can tell, forget the shops. Go walk around on the beach, if you don't want to do the shopping. And yeah, I mentioned that we got off the boat fairly early and came in. We're kind of walking out, kind of away from the main shops. It's very crowded now. I don't know if this video really shows that, but it was extremely crowded compared to when we got there earlier. And you can see there's a line to go up on the gondola cars. That we would come back later for our excursion, and that line would not be there. It was, you could just walk right up and go. There's our cruise ship, just to give you another point of view. Yeah, and you take the little gondola that I just showed you. They were free, but then you get to another station. If you want to go up higher, I think you have to pay to use that gondola. But anyway, yeah, it's just a cute little area, and we're glad we got to stop here. So that's Icy Strait Point in Alaska.